Praise the Lord, everyone. Thank you for tuning in with Dr. Leisha, the Preacha-OK. Guys, I had no idea that I could feel so much joy after all that I experienced in life. I've had some really, really good days, and I've had some really, really bad days. But through all these 55 years, I have joy. And the joy that I'm talking about is witnessing and watching Most High keep his promises in my life. So many, many people have broke their promises concerning me. And most times, in most situations, people would change their minds about what they said concerning promises to me without even notifying me. Key players in my life, reneged, key players in my life, changed their mind about me, decided that I was a good person one moment, the majority of our lives together, and then decided without me knowing that I wasn't worth anything anymore to them, without even notifying me, giving me, it's like paying all your rent, but then you get an eviction notice anyway. Something like that. But even in the midst of being treated that way, Most High Himself, Most High, kept His promises to me. He asked me to be a mother. I didn't know He did. I had lived my entire life as a young woman saying to most people around me that I didn't want to be a mom. I didn't see how I could be a good one. I just couldn't see it. You know, I did not have the confidence, period. No other way to explain it. Good morning. How are you? I see a few commenters. Let's see. Hey, everyone. Happy Friday. Yes, happy Friday, Daniel and Alonzo. I'm fine. I have joy. Now, are my days complicated? Yes, my days are complicated, but Most High asked me to be a mom. The majority of my motherhood, I felt I was a good mom. I believed it. I lived it. You know what I'm saying? And then people decided that I wasn't a good mom all of a sudden. And they may have had good reasons. And then I lost everything. I mean, literally, people, places, things. Every noun in my life was gone, basically. No one liked me anymore. No one. There was a time I had hundreds and thousands of people that I influenced, impacted, you know, and then I'm down to just my womb. I gave birth to two daughters, and then one of my daughters gave birth to eight children. So we are 11 strong. At one point, we were all scattered, divided, under attack, things like that, being abused, misused, mishandled. Because again, I went from being viewed as a good enough mom to I just wasn't shit no more. You know what I'm saying? In people's eyes. I really haven't changed. Me personally, I haven't changed. People's views of me changed. Now, over time, yes, you know, my kids grew up, we moved around, life around me changed, you know. And then 5 years ago, when my husband left, he was the breadwinner. The money changed. Once my money changed, everybody was gone. Long as I had a husband with some money, everybody was there. Everybody was nice and smiling. But as soon as my husband left me and people thought I had no more money, they followed him. They followed the money. Pretty much everybody did. And I let them. I let them. And because I did, now I have joy. And now Most High kept his promise to me. You know, he asked me to do a job for him. I just wanted to be a wife, and that was it. I didn't want to be fornicating and having adultery and stuff, you know. That's all I wanted out of life, which wasn't a whole lot, you know. Have a career and a husband. That's all I wanted, you know. I wanted the easiest route. But Most High wanted so much more for me. He wanted greater for me. He wanted me to multiply and be fruitful and things of that nature. So I obeyed him and became a mom. Thank God I happened to be married at the time. Thank God, you know. I had college under my belt and things like that. When he called me to motherhood and I said yes, I was like, yes, Lord, yes, to your will and to your way, you know. And so people tried to hurt my kids, mislead my kids. They actually did. I'm not going to say try. People did hurt my kids. People did mislead my children. Even though I was nice to them, I was nice to them, but they still hurt me and my kids. And that's okay, you know. Most High kept his promise to me anyway. My kids and I are back together again. All I could do was hope and pray and stay in the narrow way of Most High as my family was enduring attack from every angle. And it's not that we all super innocent and didn't do anything wrong. I'm not saying that. For those who are like, you and your kids, y'all ain't shit no way. Y'all just some broke down, ran through addicts. When we had money, y'all wasn't talking like that. But now that we don't, in the way that y'all think we have money, we just some ran through, hit the wall, addicts, broke down, no good, worth nothing. And that's fine with me. All that has led to us being back together, accepting one another for who we are. I love my girls. They not just some ran down, hit the wall, unwanted addicts to me. They just not. They not just some, what did my fake stepfather say? Fake stepfather called my daughter a dyke and called my other daughter just a drunk bitch, and her husband should have beat her up worse. So I'm gonna get a PPO on my fake stepfather for threatening my daughter. And he also included my ex-husband, Tyrone Leon Bland Sr., in on this threatening message. He included him on it. So that's three men in my life: a fake stepfather, an ex-husband who married my daughter behind my back without me being there or her real father. Neither one of us were there. And he married her to a man who eventually beat her down and left her for dead with five kids hanging on her in a house by herself, and four were in diapers. Yeah, so these are the three men that have been, surrounding my daughter, keeping me away so that she could just be abused. Well, Most High performed a miracle and brought my baby back to me. She was able to find her phone with broken glasses. Her eyeglasses were broken. She hasn't had decent eyeglasses in a long time, and she has really bad eyesight. She's like -6. That's like really bad. You know, she's basically, you know, without vision almost. And so people laughing at us, wishing we were dead, wishing she was hurt more than just broke ribs and cartilage and things like that. Being choked and her head being banged on the floor wasn't enough. My fake stepfather wanted her to be hurt worse than that. He wrote it out. And of course, my, ex-husband has never ever stood up for us. Never ever. He just let people rape us. He let people threaten us. He just divorced us and ran off because he's so weak. Well, today I have joy. I have my daughters with me no matter what condition we're in, no matter how crazy, old, hit the wall, ran through I am. I don't care. I have my daughters with me. And yeah, we've endured a lot of hate, neglect, and abuse. And, and people laugh at us, act like it's no big deal. Like y'all ain't special. Y'all ain't the only ones who's treated bad. Well, no one should be treated bad. No one should. No one. I will continue to love my kids unlimitedly, unconditionally. I will continue to love myself the same way, even if it means keeping my legs closed, even if it means staying solo, staying divorced, not seeing anyone. I don't want to bring no man or no woman, family, friends, neighbors around my kids and grandkids ever again just to cause us harm. You know, I have gone out of my way for family and friends just for them to laugh in my face as soon as me and my kids slip and fall. And that's okay. I mean, that's just how people are. I understand that. And I learned that no matter what you what you do for people and for how long you do it for them, it don't matter. The moment you slip up on anything, they just throw the book at you. And that's okay. That's just how people are. Well, I'm not going to treat myself that way. And I'm not going to treat my daughters that way. And I'm not going to treat my grandkids that way. Am I perfect? No. Will I check them? Yeah. I check them. Yeah, I check them and teach them because this world is cruel and I have to prepare them for when I'm gone. And they've learned a lot of stuff on their own. And I have more to teach them. I have almost 7,000 videos on YouTube trying to teach my kids and grandkids what life is like, how people can be, whether it's blood, family, or friends. But when it comes to my bloodline, I want to teach them to stick together on their best and worst day. Stick together because anyone outside of my womb just want you dead. They just want your money, want your resources, and then they just want you dead afterwards. At least y'all can love each other through all the hate, you know, worst days. Be here for each other no matter what. Because outside of us 11, they don't give a damn about us. And the only reason we 11 care at all is because I do, and I'm teaching my kids to. And are they going to make mistakes and stray off and, get beat up out there in the world? Yeah, there's not a whole lot I can do, but keep my faith, keep believing, and keep the plan of Most High. We live in a world today, people don't even bother to plan. They don't even plan their day out, let alone a year, 5 years, 10 years, a lifetime. I'm a lifetime planner. And do things change? Yeah, they do. But that's a part of the plan. So I was just reading over the comments. Taxation says, I like taxation. Taxation is evasion. Hmm. So, yeah, I am happy. I have joy because Most High kept his promise to me. And and they may be people who are like, well, what was his promise to you? That's none of your business. That's something no one may ever know. I don't think I've told anyone, not even my daughters, what Most High's promise was to me as I became a mother for him. Even though I happened to be married at the time, happened to, you know, check society boxes or whatever at the time. But the real thing was I obeyed Most High when he asked me to. And he promised me something at that time. And I am here today to say he kept his promise. It's just written in my soul, it's written in the script of my heart between he and I. And because it is fulfilled, I have joy and I'm happy, even though I don't know exactly what tomorrow brings. But I do have a plan, and it's beautiful. And all this bad stuff that has happened to me and my children, all these men that put their hands on us, put their mouths on us, call us out of our names, men that are supposed to be father figures. Despite all that, we have love. Love for Most High, love for ourselves, and love for those who are respectful to us. Not many right now, not many. And that's because we're being judged. We're being judged for looking all broke down, unwanted, with very little value. But each day we're getting stronger and healing. We're releasing all the toxins out of our bodies. We're vomiting it out with words, thoughts, with actions. We're just getting rid of all the trash that's been dumped on us throughout our lives. So we're getting rid of all that, and it looks disgusting. When people are like sick and thrown up and purging their lives, it's a disgusting thing to see. You know, kind of like at church when people come down because they want to be saved, and they end up slain in a spirit or something. They all roll on the floor or whatever. And you know what I'm saying? Looking all like, oh my God, that's what me and my kids and grandkids look like right now. We look like we have no culture, like who are these people? They so loud and disruptive, and they're saying all this stuff in there, and they're making no sense, and how dare they, and you know, you know, we look rough. We notice. We notice. We're not denying it, guys. We're not denying it. We're just wondering why you don't care. Why you wanna watch us suffer. But we've let that go too, so you don't even have to worry about that either. Just address it with God. Talk to God about it at this point. We're exhausted over here. We're exhausted as the joy is just bubbling out like a volcano. And I know a little something about volcanoes because my first husband, when he was in our war, there were people who were killed somewhere I think in the Philippines during that time. A volcano erupted or something in 1991. And he was sent over there to, clean up the dead bodies and things. So I know a little bit about volcanoes. I did a lot of research at that time. I was mad. I had erupted. I don't like it when anyone steal my husband, whether it's the government, a neighbor, a friend or whatever, family, friends, neighbors, the government. I don't like it. I don't like it when people, steal my kids, abuse my kids, abandon my kids, stuff like that. I don't like that. Whether it's the government, whether it's, their husbands or whatever, boyfriends, friends, girlfriends, lovers. I don't like all that. No, no, no. Just because I may, appear calm on the outside, don't mean I'm not erupting on the inside. According to Most High, Most High don't like it either. He don't like it when people mess with his. He has flooded an entire earth. I'm just saying. So, anyway, guys, you all be blessed and have a wonderful day, no matter what go on, no matter who's lying on you, cheating on you, no matter what's going down. Have joy in the Lord through obedience. He will restore every meaningful thing. He will restore every purposeful thing in your life. People thought they had my daughters on lockdown and away from me forever at a high price. And I was like, are you kidding me? I was their Girl Scout leader. I coached their coaches throughout life. I was their school board member. I was our neighborhood association member. I have followed my children very close. I was their substitute teacher for 15 years. Did these people really think the Most High was going to let them steal my kids and break them down to nothing? And I was not going to get a return on my investment? These people must feel like fools. They must be the silly ones. Pull up if you want to. You ain't got to worry about us coming over there. We paid our way. And even when we were disrespected, we continued to do our best under some horrible circumstances. So we don't owe anyone anything. We don't owe you. We shouldn't. But Most High is so good and abundant. I'm going to still send blessings anyway because I know you feel some kind of way. You just think we drunk bitches over here. You just think we some ran through dikes. You just think, we're just bad people. I'm a bad mother. You know, we're just hoes and stuff. Ain't worth shit. Fine. Because of how you feel, we're going to leave it to it. We already paid our way. And we did the best we could under horrible situations and circumstances. But as soon as our ribs heal and we're back on our feet, as we are getting there every day with joy in our heart, and we're happy, playing outside, keeping our house clean, going to the park, you know, eating our free food. We're okay anyway. And I know we're going to be back on top where we belong. And we will make up the difference. We just don't have it right now. But as soon as we do, we always settle up. But in the face of betrayal and during our recovery, how can you expect much? But I know how people are. That's just how people are. So in divine's time, we will have it for you. Right now, we're recovering from you. It's like, how can you expect the people that you beat down to settle up? Wait till we recover. We're almost there. We're almost there. Give us a good month or two or so. We're going to have it all cleared out. It's kind of hard to, you know, paint a house and clean it out thoroughly and paint and repair stuff when your ribs are broke, when your head been banged on the floor, you've been choked out. People are actually judging my daughter for having to just leave the house a little bit messy after being beat down. She had the fuck beat out of her. How can you clean up a house when you had the fuck beat out of you? You got 4 kids in diaper, one is autistic, 5 kids in the house, left for dead basically. While people laughing at you at the same time. The same people that should be helping you laughing at you and then judging you for not cleaning up the house on the way out. Really? That's some dumb shit. But because you let the abuser back in the house, he's responsible for cleaning that shit up now. How dare you expect us to be responsible when you let the abuser back in? And my daughter is not going back to a man that beat the fuck out of her. No, she's not. And how dare y'all talk about her after she went through that? How dare that fake ass, evil stepfather put his mouth on her after she and then say she deserved more? How dare he? I'm glad I'm done with my family, that part of my family. I'm glad I'm done. And then the man that beat my daughter, beat the hell out of her, gonna send a text message talking about you didn't lost your inheritance because of how y'all are. You didn't lost the house, the money, and everything. We don't want that shit. It comes with abuse. It comes with a neglect. Enjoy it. You stole it, enjoy it. All of y'all stole it. Enjoy it. We don't want it. Keep it. Keep it. Keep it. We never wanted it. We never needed it. Y'all need it. Y'all want it. You want to steal it. Get it. We walk away voluntarily. We paid our way. We don't owe you nothing. Nobody. But we're still going to leave a tip because we know you feel some kind of way. It's called being fruitful and multiply. It's called leading kingdom generational wealth. I gladly leave my children everything I have because that's called obeying God. My kids don't have to kiss my ass for nothing because I'm obeying God by freely giving it. They don't have to earn it. They don't have to kiss my butt. I'm obeying God. And I'm teaching them to be the same way. Don't make the next generation kiss your ass. You're supposed to freely give with joy and happiness. A man don't make me happy. Obeying God is what make me happy. What bring me joy is obeying God. And if a man or woman, people have that same type of worship mentality, then we'll do it together. But if they don't, then they need to get away from me. Steal what you gonna steal, take what you gonna take. God bless you. Because Lord knows I don't need all that in my life. What I have, Most High, give it to me freely. My Heavenly Father keeps His promises and give to me freely. And my labor with Him is never in vain. Never, ever in vain. Ever. So anybody who think they got some type of edge or upper hand or whatever, good. Keep it. You must need it. Everything I have come from God. Everything. Nothing I have come from you. Nothing I have come from you. Everything I have, Most High made sure I earned it. He made sure I earned it. Everything I have. Nothing was just freely given. I had to work overtime. And Most High got me covered. And He saved my kids from the grip of the same enemies right before my eyes. And I love Him for it. And I believe they will love Him for it. And I believe my grandchildren will love Him for it forever. We stand 11 strong. The number 11 is a very important number in our life. And it means so many things. And I've shared a lot of it on this channel. It's our portal. It's our access. It's our direct access to Most High. Again, you all be blessed. Click like, hit that subscribe button. Keep up with me. Hit the notification bell. Stay tuned in. I'm not monetized anywhere in the world, actually. Not just social media. Right now, I'm living off of alimony, which he don't want to pay. Most men don't, you know. And we have one more year. So my children and I and grandchildren, we're just going to live off of this alimony for another year and free food. And then what happens after that year happens. We'll get there when we get there, guys. Stay tuned to find out. Either you're going to be, praising the Lord with me because God's been so good and abundant, or you're going to be laughing with everybody else because we just all fell in our face. Either way, stay tuned in. Okay, we got a year. I'm gonna be here. I'm not going anywhere else. All right. I love you all. Thank you for your support. But I do have PayPal if you want to be a blessing to me and be supportive of my channel as I am growing from the ground up. Yeah, running out of burning churches. Ever since I recited poems for Dudley Randall, the Ballad of Birmingham, I danced for him. And it was about the bombing at a church. And I was one of the girls who danced. And it seems like I've been running out of burning churches ever since. As I'm Dr. Lisa the Preacher. Okay. Make it make sense, y'all. All right. So my PayPal is Dr. Lisa the Preacher, just like on my channel. Thank you for your love, your support, listening to my craziness, my crazy life, my crazy stories. So, yes, I'll be putting a personal protection order out on these men that, just mean me and my girls no good. They just mean us no good. They basically just want us dead, think we just ain't shit. And they're supposed to be father figures. What the hell? If that's what it take to have, stepfathers and fathers and husbands and all that, keep it. Just keep it. But I am thankful for being a mom, even if I'm viewed as a bad one. I don't care. I know what I go through every day to make sure my children and grandchildren are okay. And these people that are judging me are nowhere to be found. All they did was just watch us suffer and laugh. Watch us suffer and laugh and call us out our names. That's what they're doing. So one of my daughters had the guts to just say, you know what, I'm tired of these people. Let me just cuss them all out. So that's what she did. She took some time out, basically just address everybody, let them know how she felt. She crashed out. And so now she's getting her some help, you know, and getting herself straightened out. And I'm, helping myself by, keeping myself live on YouTube, telling her story. And my other daughter, got herself beat down, mother of eight. She had to take a beating while people were looking out the window laughing at her, you know. So here we are, making the best of it. We forgive these people. We have no hard feelings, not as hard as they think, you know. And we going on. If they won, congratulations to their winning. I know my ex is very happy. My ex-husband is so happy he don't know what to do. He defeated me, defeated both my daughters, ran off with his my one daughter's lover, his sugar baby for life, and married a white woman. So congratulations to him and his legal team. They did a wonderful job. And to all my family and friends that supported him on his success. Now all of y'all have each other. I think my one niece called it Team Tyrone. Team Tyrone. Y'all won. Me and my daughters are broke down, beat up, and defeated, you know, to the point where all we can do is just crash, burn, rise from the ashes like Phoenix, and have a new life. Like y'all have y'all. Y'all won. Y'all won. Y'all won. We're tired. We all holding up white flags. And so all we can do is just recover and do better. So while y'all happy with each other, y'all got the money, y'all got all the money and happiness over there. All the relationships and marriages and whatever y'all got. Lake properties and whatever y'all got. Enjoy it. Sugar babies, white women, whatever y'all got. Love it. Enjoy it. It was at our expense over here. We had to get raped, robbed, beat up, broken ribs, everything over here. So y'all can have each other and be happy. Y'all won. And we're done. And so just ignore us. We got what we deserve. And so let us broke down, drunk, drug addict hoes over here love God and rebuild our lives because we got broke down as far as we could go. I mean, there's no more y'all can do to us. We vented, y'all vented. I'm just going to put a couple of personal protection orders out because there were threats made with our address. So pull up if you want to. Pulling up ain't never stopped me from getting what I need. I've pulled up and walked in, laid on the couch, put people out before. So, whatever. I believe in gangs. Yes, I'm Dr. Alicia the preacher, but I believe in gangs. And I believe people should protect their shit. Yeah, absolutely. So if you pull up, okay. But you ain't got to worry about us pulling up because we done all we didn't needed to do. And we just going on. And we don't want nothing y'all got. And y'all not hurting our feelings because we paid our way. And I got receipts to prove it. And we will leave a tip because we do understand that on the day that my daughter needed to leave, you know, the house was messy. She did bag up her husband's stuff and put him out, but then he was allowed to come back in. So nothing we can do about that. But as soon as we're healed enough and the kids are settled enough and, our life is a little bit more together, we won't physically be doing nothing, but I will send some money to cover because that's just who I am. And I have done this before. This is nothing new. Anybody that know me know that I clean up my own mess and then I move on with my life. And so if you want to believe different, that's on you. But the one exception is my daughter, you know, had the fuck beat out of her. So no, I didn't have time to sweep and mop and do some painting and, fix any, patch up any, you know, um, drywall, anything like that. If, I didn't have time to replace any appliances or anything like that. I didn't have time. She was beat up, you know. And then the abuser was let back in the house after she packed the shit up and put it out. And he was gone. So there was no reason to let him back in. And she was gone. He gone, she gone. Why let him back in? What was the point? But because that happened, we don't need to physically go back to the house so we can get beat up some more. No, we're not. No, I'm too old. I'm 55. This girl got 8 kids. She don't need to be fighting no nigga in our family property. It's family property. He's the husband that married into this shit. He should be on the street where she put him. But again, I don't understand how my family do things, and it's none of my business. That's why I disconnect, and they can keep all inheritance, all properties, everything, because I did my part, and there's nothing more I could do under the circumstances. But I will leave a tip to cover the gossip, you know, because that's just how I am. Most High don't require that. Most High don't even require that. But He know me. I don't like it when people say I left a place messy. You can go through all my rental history from 18 on up. 18 on up. Any apartment, any house I've owned, I've always cleaned up behind myself on the way out. And I would never leave my family in a bad place. Never, never. But my daughter was beat the fuck up, y'all. I ain't had time to mop and sweep and paint and replace shit. I just had to get her and 5 kids, one autistic, 4 in diapers, out of that damn house. And yes, I was more than willing to come back and clean up after we healed. But that nigga was let back in, from what I understand. From what I understand, I could be wrong now. But from what I understand, and why do people need to lie? People are telling how they really feel right now. So physically, no. I will not be showing up at 55 years old at a house clean up nothing after my daughter was allowed to be abused there, and the abuser was let back in after she put him out. So no, I won't be physically, but I will send some cleanup money as soon as I get it. I don't have it right now because I had to buy a bunch of beds and toys and stuff to accommodate the kids and food. You know what I mean? This costs too. And family is supposed to help each other and understand during these times instead of throwing darts at each other, fiery balls at each other. At least that's what I saw growing up with the generations before me. If a nigga was out of pocket, the family got together and went over there and jumped on him. With me, they helped the men. I'm the one in the family where they helped the men beat me up in my family. Instead of all the women gathering up, come on, let's beat this nigga up and put sugar in his tank and all that. That didn't happen for me and my family. They get on the men side in my family to attack me. It's weird. I don't get it, but it's all good. It's all good. One of my nieces said it best. Team Tyrone. Well, my daughters, they left that team, and they with their mama now, and they learning better and doing better, and we gonna be better. We will. We will. We will in time. But I had to walk away from everybody. Then I had to pray my daughters back, win them back over. And I thank the Lord. And now they're with me and my grandkids. And people will be hating on us. They will. But at least they have each other. You know what I mean? I left all of them together and I just pulled us out. So there's no reason really for them to hate us. At least we out the way. They can all be happy together now. My entire bloodline on both sides, really. They can have each other now. I got my daughters and I got my grandkids and I'm happy. And that don't mean that my, daughters and grandkids can never interact with my family ever again. I'm not saying that. That's not what I'm saying. But my family and friends, exes and all that, are no longer controlling them, turning them against me anymore. Just sitting around watching them suffer and do nothing. My daughters don't have to live like that no more. They understand me now. And they understand how I do inheritance. And I'm able to show them in the Bible what I do, how I do it, why I do it, and why it's not based on their behaviors as daughters. All right, guys, let me get off the phone. I love you all. Be blessed.